Hi, I'm Rachel and this is Luna Bird Book Club. It's the 1st of December, which means it's the first day of my December reading wrap-up, where I talk about all the books that I've read, or more likely not read, or acquired during the month. Now, books that I'm carrying forward from November, there are 5 of them. The Letters of Vincent van Gogh, There's a Big Shadow on My Face, Letters of Vincent van Gogh, A Memory of Light, Your Silence Will Not Protect You, The Toymakers, and this weekend I just started reading The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. I've been in London visiting some friends this weekend, and now it is the 1st of December. I'm wearing a Christmas jumper. It's officially Christmas time, and on my way home I started reading a book called Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. That might be wrong. I'm reading this because one of my friends from Wizard of Oz, we wanted to keep in touch after the show was over, so we decided to read a book a month and then meet up and talk about it. And this was her first pick for our little book club because it was wintry and Christmas themed. This book says that it is about an adult film star who gets cast as the lead in a little Christmas romance movie, and her co-star was the bad boy in a boy band from when she was younger, and they are trying to keep their lives secret, I guess. I don't think it is a book that I would have chosen to read. I'm not very far into it, but I'm not really vibing with it that much. I am going to read it because obviously my friend suggested it, but yeah, it's not really one that I would pick myself. I also started listening to a book today called The Kamogawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai, which is a Japanese mystery novel. Now, on BorrowBox, it listed it in the mystery section, and I thought that immediately meant like a little murder mystery whodunit kind of thing. That's not what this book is. I've listened to the first part of it, and it's about a restaurant in Kyoto in Japan where a father and daughter work to recreate meals that their customers had in the past that they are feeling nostalgic for. It's a little slow, but I am giving it a chance. I think that's my theme of the month, giving books a chance that I'm not really vibing with to start with. But I guess we'll just, see where the month takes me. Merry Christmas! It's the 6th of December. It's Wind and Truth release day, and my pre-ordered copy is not arriving today. It's arriving tomorrow. So there's me at work expecting to get home and read. And my email notification now tells me that I can't, so I don't know what to do, and I'm really upset. As luck would have it, it has now arrived. It came today about 10 minutes ago, and I would love to start reading it now because I'm so excited to get my teeth sunk into this story, but I'm about to go out for a Christmas afternoon tea with 2 of my best friends, and as much as I would love to palm them off and stay home and read this book, I do love them more than this book. And they're not even watching this, so you know that I mean that. I have had a little sneak peek at the contents page, which has made me even more excited, and because Kathy doesn't understand how I keep books so pristine, I'll now show her. I'm taking the dust jacket off. I love you, dust jacket, but you're not coming round with this heckin' chunky book. It's over 1,300 pages long, and I am gonna cherish every single one of them. Ooh. I feel a little bit like I'm getting myself so excited that I feel like I might vomit, which isn't great because I'm about to go and eat like Christmassy cheese, but I cannot wait. All my other books are now a distant memory. I don't care about them because I get to read Wind and Truth. I'm back. It's about 2.5 hours later, and now I can finally get started on Wind and Truth. I'm keeping it naked. The dust jacket is not going back on, partly to keep it looking nice, and partly because then I don't have the temptation of reading the bits on the dust jacket that might give away little hints and plot things. I'm going into this mostly blind. I know the first time I read Rhythm of War, which I think was in 2020, it might have been in early 2021, I don't fully remember. The first time I read that, I then went and read the prologue chapter that Brandon had released of Wind and Truth, but I haven't read it since, and I don't even know if I read it or if I skimmed it, I can't remember. I don't really remember anything that happens in it, and there might have been changes in it anyway. So I'm going in 95% blind, and I'm really excited. As I said, I've looked at the contents page, and I think I was debating whether to just try and binge it as quickly as I could, or whether to just take my time with it. And I think I'm going to read a section at a day, and I think that will be a good way to read it. I think that will keep me in the narrative and spread it out evenly so that I'm not overwhelmed by all of the information. It's the 15th of December and I've just paid a library fine because the 2 books that I got out at the end of November, I haven't finished either of them, so I haven't returned either of them. So this evening I have paid my 60p fine and I have renewed them, and now they're due back on the 6th of January, so hopefully I will be able to read them in that time period. I haven't even started The Light of All That Falls yet, and that is a big book, so it remains to be seen as to whether I will actually accomplish this goal or whether I'll have to renew it again. But I am very confident that I will finish The Mysterious Affair at Styles, because I'm going to be taking it to work this week instead of carting this bad boy into work with me. So yeah, I should get that finished hopefully within the next week or 2, let's be honest. I have finished A Merry Little Meet Cute. I did not enjoy it. I think if I hadn't been reading it with my friend to talk about it so that we can have something to like make us meet up, I would not have read it. And I'm interested to see what my friend thinks about it and whether we have similar book interests or not. I've picked out the book that we're going to be reading in January. In fact, go grab it. I'm back. I have books to show you. So I did a little bit of Christmas shopping. I bought my nephew a colouring book. There's no words in it, but it's still a book. It's labelled as a book, so he really likes Trek to Ted. I got myself a copy of a script of Antigone, adapted by Holly McNish. This is like a modern retelling of Antigone based on what I said online. So I'm interested to see how this reads as a script, and maybe I will pass that on to my play reading committee. And then I also bought 2 copies of Delegate Dream Department Store by Mia Lee. That's probably not how you say her name, sorry. So these are the January books for me and my friend to read after reading Merry Little Meet Cute in December. The first time I saw this was in a bookshop window, and it's just so cute. It's so cute. And I don't know what it will be like, but I am excited to try it. I am steadily making my way through Wind and Truth. I'm here. I'm on page is this? 360 of 1329, which is to say that I started it over a week ago. That's not particularly far. I thought it would be further than this, but I've been so busy that I just haven't had time to read it. It's been stressing me out. But to begin with, I was a little unsure, but I think I was more just sad that it was the last book in the first half of the Stormlight Archive, and some of these characters, I might not see them again. But now that I'm in it, oh my gosh, it's so good. I cannot wait to finish it and then pass it on to Kathy. And so yeah, those are things that I've been reading. I've listened to about 2 more hours of the Toymakers, so I haven't finished that yet, but I'm enjoying it. I didn't read it last Christmas, so I feel like I've been away from the story long enough to like really enjoy it again, and it just makes me emotional. It's the 24th of December. It's Christmas Eve. I've been driving around doing some last minute Christmas deliveries to my friends and family. I have one more thing to drop off, and then I'll be home and in for the day and reading different books that I have on my list, including Wind and Truth. I've got about 350 pages left of this, and it's taken me a lot longer to read than I thought it would, but I've actually quite enjoyed spacing it out. I mean, it's been out of necessity because I've been so busy, but it has been nice to spend longer in this world, knowing that I'm not going to get to have new Stormlight stories for like 10 years. I'm also planning to start The Letters of Father Christmas by JRR Tolkien, which it's not by JRR Tolkien. It's a collection of letters that Tolkien wrote for his children when they were young, addressed from Father Christmas. So Kathy has read this earlier in the year, and she said it was really nice and will be a really good Christmassy read. So I've borrowed it off her, and I'm going to read it today, tomorrow, on Boxing Day. I think I'll spread it out a bit. in the car on my way for deliveries. I'm gonna have to take these off because I keep bashing against the ceiling. I've been listening to the last chapter of the Toymakers. I've got about 15 minutes left and then I'll be done with that. Gosh, this book is so good. I've been crying for like the past few chapters because of events that I won't spoil, because if you haven't read The Toymakers by Robert Dinsdale, you absolutely should. It is a beautiful book. I love every single thing about it. Also, on the 21st of December, I finished reading Your Silence Will Not Protect You by Audre Lorde, which is a compilation of essays and transcripts of speeches and poetry, all by Audre Lorde, centered around the theme of, or at least pulled together to match the theme of, using your voice to speak out. And a lot of the writing in it is inspired by racism, sexism and homophobia in 1960s, 70s America. I can't say that I enjoyed the book because obviously it is dealing with a lot of unpleasant content, but it was definitely a worthwhile read. I'm going to keep it on my bookshelves, and I'm definitely going to read more of Audre Lorde's poetry because I really liked it. My favourite was Litany for Survival, which is essentially just really hammering home that message of we were never meant to survive. People don't want you to survive. So speak out. I haven't made any advancements with The Mysterious Affair at Styles. I know that I have said that I was going to take it to work in my last week because I didn't want to take Wind and Truth to work because it was so big, but I wanted to read Wind and Truth, so I just took the big book to work, and I relished getting it out in front of my colleagues and being like, this is my book, this is my book. I think that's it. I've got one more delivery to make, the last 15 minutes of Toymakers to listen to, and then I will be home and ready to read more Wind and Truth.
It's Christmas! It's Christmas! Christmas! And I have a present for Rachel. I want you to open it.
I don't have Kathy's yet. I didn't bring it with me. I also have a present for Orla, and I will get one for Rob.
You don't need to get one for Rob.
No, just like a little cute one. little cute. What is it? Oh, ooh!
There's just a little something.
How does it work?
So,
what are these?
So I got you some book stamps.
Book stamps?
Because I just thought they would...
Peel the silicone stamp from the sticker. Paste the silicone stamp on the acrylic plate. That's these. Apply the ink evenly on the silicone. So I've got some ink, and then it prints on paper. So do I...
So they just, like, they're sticky. You can stick it on a block, and I think you can take it off the block and put a different sticker on.
Okay.
But I just saw those, and then I thought you have that little notebook of all the books that you have been reading, and you could decorate them with stamps.
I could.
And then I thought you'd need the kit to go with it.
I did, yeah. Oh, what colours are there? I'm going to open the ink. Oh, this is so cute. And now I can have I can make my notes more cute than just scribbled writings in a really scruffy... I'll have to be really careful with my handwriting.
I'm going to say how long
My boss said to me the other day, I'd written something on an envelope, and he was like, who's written this? It looks like a child's writing. And I was like, it's mine. Red and purple. I don't know. What do you think, that's purple or blue? It's probably blue, isn't it? Red and blue. Sparkly brown. I'm not sure. I want to... gold. Silver. Is this black, do you think?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. It is not the 31st of December. It's actually the 3rd of January, but I was away for New Year's, and even though I took my onesie and I got some hot chocolate and I filmed a video, when I came to look back on it, the lighting of the room that I was staying in was just not very good. So I'm doing a reshoot here in January. On the 29th of December, I finished reading Wind and Truth. I really enjoyed it. I think that the undertaking of Brandon and his team to write a 1,300-page fantasy novel that works as a book in itself and also works as the culmination of the first half of a series. Great job. Loved it. Were there some quibbles? Yes. Did the characters end up where I wanted them to? No. But if the characters ended up where I wanted them to, it would be a really boring book, wouldn't it? And I enjoyed it, and I immediately want to read it again, but I've given it to Kathy, so I can't. Ha 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 ha. Then on the 30th of December, I finished reading Letters from Father Christmas. Again, really enjoyed it. I think, aside from it just being really nice writing and the adventures that Father Christmas has, I think my favourite thing about this book is the way that it just shows how much Tolkien loved his children, that he went to these efforts to write these letters, make these beautiful illustrations, just so they could like enjoy something else at Christmas time. And it was just really, really sweet. Then I got on a train to York and I realised that I had left my script at home. So when I got to York, I went book shopping to try and find a replacement. Couldn't find one, but I did buy some books. So I bought Poems and Spring of Joy by Mary Webb. This is a collection of poetry and I'm assuming an essay? I don't really know. I bought this for my author A to Z, and then I realised that a lot of the books by female writers that I already own fall in the W category, so this was perhaps not the best purchase. I also got a copy of Barn Bow Canaries, which is a play script by Alice Nutter, and this is about women working in a munitions factory during the First World War, and the dangers that they faced. I also bought George Eliot's Scenes of Clerical Life. Now this is ostensibly for Kathy because she's doing a deep dive of George Eliot this year, but maybe I will read it too. Maybe before she gets it, maybe after. I haven't quite decided yet. This is her first novel and I don't really know anything about it, but as soon as I got into the bookshop that this was in, I went to the fiction section and looked for George Eliot because I knew that I wanted to pick something up for Kathy. I also picked up 3 mini notebooks because I want to start doing a reading journal this year. Then on the 31st of December, I had 2 books that I wanted to finish before the end of the day because then I could count them in my Goodreads total for 2024. They were Kamogawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai. I did finish this in the morning and do you know what? I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting going in because I didn't read the blurb properly. And at the start I thought it was a little bit repetitive and I wasn't fully grasping the food writing in it. But do you know what? It was actually really nice. It was really comfortable to read, and I immediately, upon finishing it, put the second one on reserve in my library app. So if you're looking for just something easy listening about food, there's a lot of descriptions about food, and it was just really wholesome, I thought. So I finished that in the morning. And then in the evening, my friends and I were having our little New Year's soiree, and I was sat there while people were playing games, trying to finish The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. Now, I finished this at approximately 12:10 in the morning of the 1st of January, but I'm counting that as December because I hadn't gone to bed yet, so it was technically still New Year's Eve. And I must say that I did enjoy this a lot. I will definitely be reading more of Christie. I thought it was really fun. I was fully led down the path of thinking it was one person, and then at the end, whoa boy, was I wrong. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I liked the way that Poirot was described. I think they said that his head looked exactly like an egg, which I just thought was quite funny. I'd be interested to know if Arthur Hastings, the narrator of this novel, is the narrator of all the Poirot novels, or if it's different people. Like, do he and Poirot become a team? Or, you know, how... I would just be interested. So I guess I need to read more Poirot novels to find out. I had a little book club meeting to talk about Merry Little Meet Cute with my friend, and we both exchanged a book as a little Christmas present. I have received I Am Rebel by Ross Montgomery. This piece of children's fiction about a dog whose owner goes to war and the dog goes with him. But it does say on the back, no dogs die in this book. So that is a good spoiler to have. I immediately spilled hot chocolate on it when I started filming this video, so it is a little bit stained on the pages. But I'm sure this will be a nice, cute novel about the love between a dog and its owner, and I can't wait to read that in February. And then when I was away for New Year's, we did a little gift exchange, and my friend got me The World of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, which is a companion piece to Wheel of Time that was released after Crown of Swords, book 7. A lot of the information in this book was written by Robert Jordan, and then Teresa Patterson, the co-author, took that and adapted it into an in-universe history written by probably an Aes Sedai in the future after the end of the series, looking back on different events in it. I haven't managed to read any of this yet, but it is called in the fandom The Big White Book of Bad Art. Now, in further releases of it, the bad art was removed, but this is a copy that still has the bad art in it. So let's see what I can show you. This is a Drakkar, apparently. That's not how I picture them, but everyone pictures things differently. What's this? Oh, here we go. Everybody's favourite evil lady. So yeah, I can't wait to get stuck into this. And then James, my friend that got it for me, I'm making him read Wheel of Time at the moment. I say making him, he is enjoying it, I think. He's just finished book 6. He's taking a little break before book 7, but then when he's finished book 7, that is when this was released, so maybe I'll let him borrow that then. And that is it for December. So the books I'm taking forward into January and 2025, there are only 2. It's the audiobook of A Memory of Light and The Letters of Vincent van Gogh. There are 2 books that I am determined to finish, and I guess that's it. So I'll see you in 2025. It's already 2025 now, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but Kathy's video for her December wrap-up came out last week, so you should go and watch that because I enjoyed watching it today. And there's a little sneak peek at her Masters in Publishing's project. She got to work on a book and she shows that off in the video, so you should definitely go and check that out. We release videos every week. Let me know how you got on in your December reading. I'll see you later. Oh, I just put my hand in something gooey. I knew that was going to happen.